Wouldn't have no information.
I have all the information.
You a bum. Welcome again to another edition of G and C Sports Talk, where we do it
For the culture.
by the culture.
Because we are the culture, you did.
#1 sports podcast. Why?
Because our mama said so.
Because our mama said so. It is a jam-packed episode. We're not going to bore y'all with what we've been up to. It's been the draft. It's been the NBA playoffs. First round, that is. We about to get into it. We're going to get into these comments real quick, and we're going to keep it pushing. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. As always, if you're a repeat offender, new subscriber, you a bot, whatever it may be, we thank you for tuning in. You will get no other sports content like this right here, whether you know little to all to none. We're going to give it to you like no other. Get into these comments real quick. What's that first one? Say that, Cary.
This is #1 sports podcast of the Magnolia State, Louisiana. What up, mama?
That's pretty good right there. Evening, guys. What up, little sis? How you doing? Good evening,
everyone.
Hi. How you doing?
Whoa.
What up? What up to our cousins? Back to back. We appreciate it. We are back.
Black rating.
Black rating in this thing. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
You're supposed to answer first.
I know.
Okay. This your first time tuning in. I am the G. I am Gary.
I am Cary.
And if you haven't tuned into us before, you are in for a jam-packed episode. Two more things to take care of before we get going. Want to let you know that we here at GNC Sports love music. We love listening to it, love hearing about it, love sharing it with you guys. At the end of every episode, we share our music picks, but before we share ours, we share what you guys have been listening to. If you can, in the comments, if you will, put a M next to the artist, album, song, whether it's rap, hip-hop, country,
the whole nine, man.
The whole nine. Again, I'm not going to bore y'all because we got a lot to get to. Some of y'all may hate us after this, and that's fine. Just keep tuning in because we give it to you like no other.
Hey, give it to you how you want it, man.
Give it to you how you want
it. Sometimes these opinions might not, our opinions might not be like, but that's all right, man. Hey, just can't, everybody ain't like, man. It's all good. And I'm cool with that. The opinions, our opinions, it might get on people's nerves, but hey, it is what it is.
Last thing that we want to do, whether you're a new subscriber, repeat offender, been locked in with us since day one, we appreciate all of y'all. We want to let you know that we love you already and can't wait to see you next week. Also, for everybody, no matter who you are, replay, new subscriber, whatever, repeat offender, do this next thing for us. Yes, that is like, subscribe, and share. If you will do that, we thank you so very much. Last thing, couple comments right here. Good evening from G.
What up?
Houston Jack. Thank you so much for tuning in. And without further ado, I think it's only right for us to start with NBA or NFL. Which one?
Man, NFL.
NFL. We are starting off with the NFL draft. We will start with winners, losers, surprises, whatever you can think of. You, sir, have been granted the permission to start.
All right, so we're going to get this started off on the right note. The #1 overall pick that hasn't been talked about as nearly as the 144th pick in the NFL draft, but we here at GNC Sports Talk, we're going to shout this young man out. He's been doing this thing. He was a 0-star recruit that I know of. He went to Incarnate Word. Then went to Washington State, toured up there at Washington State, and then went to Miami, did it big down there in Miami. The U, if you know, you know. We got to give a shout out to Mr. Cam Moore, the #1 overall pick in this year's 2025 NFL draft. He deserves all of his flowers. He deserves all of the credit that he's supposed to be given, but the main media ain't been talking about him like that. So it's up to us. It's up to us to talk about Karen Ward. He's great in the pocket. He's a great pocket passer. He's mobile. He was a Heisman finalist. He did everything he was supposed to get the recognition that he was supposed to get. Unfortunately, the main media from Friday Friday and Saturday did not cover like they were supposed to.
Well,
But
even today, they're still talking about the 144th pick, which we will get to, but I want to make sure we iterate what it is for a 0-star prospect. Hold on.
Okay.
We got to make sure we reiterate that. A 0-star prospect is somebody who had no offers coming out of college. Out of high school, going into college. 0 offers. He went from 0 offers out of high school, going into Cardinal Ward, as he so beautifully put, to Washington State, to Miami Hurricanes, from 0 stars to a Heisman finalist, to the #1 overall recruit. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Cameron Ward, who nobody seems to talk about. #1 overall pick, from 0 people wanting you out of high school. To a Drake quote, starting from the bottom is literally lower than what he had. He started from nowhere to a #1 overall recruit, and nobody is talking about him. A disservice is being done because his last name is not Sanders. Go ahead and continue. I don't want to take the spotlight away from you.
Oh, also, I think if he develops, he can definitely be a good quarterback. I definitely see a future for him in Tennessee. I hope he does what he's supposed to do out there, make some good things happen, get Tennessee back on track, to tear up the AFC. But only time will tell, man. Go ahead.
Biggest thing that can be taken from the first round, to me, I know people have said the New York Giants, who snuck back into the first round and got their quote unquote, we would think, franchise quarterback in Jackson Dart, who got Abdul Carter in the third overall pick. People say the New York Giants won that first round, that first day. I disagree. I think it's a tie. The Cleveland Browns traded back with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars got Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter goes home to Florida, where he is from. Big move, because Jacksonville may have given up a lot, but this is truly what a generational player is. This is a generational player, not this other BS that they be talking about. That's one. Number 2, Cleveland did what I told you off camera months ago. If you're not sure, or if you want to get extra picks, this is what you need to do. Cleveland definitely made a great move, and also impacted day 3 of the draft with what they were able to do by getting 2 quarterbacks in the whole draft.
Go ahead. I say them getting Will Campbell from LSU, the offensive tackle. He was one of the best.
Cut it out. She's out.
Good job, Charlotte. I think Will Campbell was a sneaky one. I didn't think he was gonna go as high as he did in the draft, but when you as good as he is as an offensive tackle, he may can come in there, first day training camp and solidify a starting spot. But we'll see how that comes. But Cleveland did what they were supposed to, and they in the first round got Will Campbell, offensive tackle, to protect whoever's going to be the starting quarterback when the season starts. But I like that pick. It was a sneaky pick. I didn't think he was going to be that high, but I think that was a good one.
Before we get into the other thing, do you have any more things to talk about? Because that was going to be a little bit longer before we get into.
The Giants, I gotta say, the Giants they kind of slept up there. They made some good decisions. They getting Jackson Dart. I forgot who else they had got in the first round.
Abdul Carter,
yeah. They had Abdul Carter. I think we was high on Jackson Dart as well. But I think for the future, New York did what they supposed to. I think they did. They drafted good in the first round.
People, I guess, will say good drafts, I guess you could say, or drafts that we were impressed by. Always impressed by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Facts.
Always impressed by the Baltimore Ravens.
Facts.
And this is not even me being biased. I think the Saints did a great job drafting. We can argue about the quarterback being taken in the second round, but overall, I would have liked maybe another wide receiver, because we are questionable outside of maybe 2 weapons that we have, and we have good tight end selection, but we need an offensive line help, and we need to build for our defensive line that is getting older and start building that pipeline up. Again, I may be biased. It is what it is, but I know those first 2, Baltimore and Philadelphia, usually do a good job drafting.
Yeah.
They did a good job this year. Teams, I guess you could say, we're disappointed in. Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys, it was okay. It wasn't.
I think Green Bay getting that wide receiver from Texas was a good move too.
Actually, Green Bay had a great draft.
They had a great draft, and I'm not with them, and also I know you probably won't hate me when I say it, but I have to say Chicago drafting the tight end from Penn State. I think that was definitely a good pickup. That was a pickup that a lot of teams wanted, but Chicago got it. My bad. Chicago got it.
I will say before I say I'm impressed with Chicago because that was my iffy. Chicago ain't done it but put more pressure on their quarterback because literally this man got monstars as all of his weapons at skill position. No more excuses. Number one, you better make the playoffs. Number two, you better have a better record. Honestly, with that draft they just had, if Chicago gonna win the NFC North next year, something wrong.
Now again, I hope they did something with their offensive line.
They didn't,
because if they didn't do nothing for their offensive line, I ain't gonna say it was a waste of draft.
They got a bunch of skill positions, bro.
But y'all should have made some trades. I don't know what they did in the NFL free agency, but y'all should have made some trades. If y'all ain't making any trades for your offensive line, because you have to protect Caleb Williams. That's the only way any of this is going to work if you protect Caleb Williams and he ain't running for his life.
You say you hate the Saints, CJ said. What up, bro? How you doing?
What up?
Tell us in the comments what you hate about it. If you're a fan of any team, please tell us what you think about what your team did. We will get into those comments in a minute. Much like other media sources, we did our justice with Cam Ward, so we did better than others, I believe.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Shador of it all. Maybe we have difference of opinions. Maybe we don't. We talked a little bit about it over the weekend. Please feel free to chime in. Y'all say whatever it is. They to me had a pretty good draft minus the quarterback, but we'll get in there because maybe that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Oh well, I just want to say for us, I will see we're gonna stay on Saints for one minute, just 1 minute. I think we drafted good. I think just like I told you, the kid that we got from Louisville, that was a Kellen Moore pick. He's starting from the ground up. And if he think that the kid from Louisville is the one that can, bring us towards something bigger and better in the future, hey, all means to it, man. But again, that was Kellen Moore people. Go ahead.
So I'll go ahead and get into the Shador of it all. That's been on everybody's lips since day one. That's been on everything. It's only one source that I heard talk about this, and he stole the thunder from me. But he's been doing this longer than this anyway. What I want to say about this is this. Anybody who says Shador Sanders should have won in the first round, I just want to ask you who told you that was supposed to happen. Oftentimes we have mock drafts. Oftentimes we have mock drafts that go on. And I have to ask for anybody who may pay attention to football and may not. What mock drafts are simply this. These are people who are in the media that are putting their spin on it, putting their thought process into it after they've done evaluation, telling you where they think somebody should go. Now, the thing with mock drafts is this. You are not an NFL executive, so who is telling you these people are supposed to go number one? If you tune into us on a weekly basis, this is for the replay viewers, not the repeat offenders. We told people this for a while. Shador Sanders was not going in the first round.
Right.
No shocker, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There are a couple of things that went into this, but number one, before people call out racism, the number one overall pick was a black quarterback. Yeah. Before we get to talk about attitude, the number one overall pick, he got a little bit of arrogance, confidence, or swag, whatever you want to call it, whatever you may say. Now, before we get to anything, because I've heard people walk it back, people are saying Shador didn't do what he needed to do in the pre-draft process. That is when you're talking to teams, when you're working out for teams, whatever that may be.
Interviews.
People are sitting up there starting to change their tune. So if you don't do what you need to do in the beginning of the process, at the beginning when teams start talking to you, Dion went in with this same thing, but Shador ain't Dion.
Right.
Dion went and bombed some of his things to where he could fall where he needed to. Your son is not thought of, or was not thought of. The draft proved this to us, not us saying this, that he was not thought of as such a highly rated talent. Not us saying it, that's what the draft said. Before people talk about these conspiracies and things like that, I'll ask you these questions before I pass it to you. Is Shador Sanders better than Patrick Mahomes?
Mm-mm.
Is Shador Sanders better than Tom Brady?
Nope.
Is he better than Tony Romo?
Nope.
Tony Romo wouldn't have drafted. Tom Brady went in the 6th round. Patrick Mahomes went in the 3rd round. Quarterbacks, players slide all the time. These mock drafts that told you who's supposed to go number one, these talking heads on media outlets that told you he's supposed to go in the first round.
Lamar Jackson even with 32.
Well, Lamar Jackson went 32, and it was thought that he wasn't going to go in the first round. These mock drafts are just simply people putting their opinions out there, which is what we're giving you. The only thing is we're not being biased. We're giving our truly undoubtful opinion. If Deion comes after us, hey, brother, all publicity is good publicity. But your son was not thought of as a first-round talent, and he didn't do his draft round process. He didn't do it correctly in terms of making sure he impressed everybody. Like, he was not going to go in the first round, because had he done it, I'm sure people would have been charmed by him. People had their own say so, but I'll stop so you can go ahead and talk.
And also, like you had said in the press conference, if you're not looking for a franchise changing quarterback, don't look to draft me.
Also, my dad said that I can only go play for these certain teams: San Francisco, Atlanta Falcons, Baltimore Ravens, and the Dallas Cowboys.
And look, I hate to say it, and I guess the NFL caught him up on it, caught his bluff. It was like, all right, well, we don't think you're a franchise changing quarterback, so I think Cleveland getting them, that somebody, I ain't gonna say somebody must have pressured them, but it was like you looked at who they drafted, Will Campbell, and then looking at them drafting Shedeur, it was like two totally different faces. But I think, man, right now it's time to put up a shut up. It's 4 quarterbacks. They drafted 2, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders in this year's draft. They still have Deshaun Watson. Yeah. They still have Deshaun Watson. They still have
Joe Flacco.
They still have Joe Flacco as well. Now,
and then they got Kenny Pickett.
And they have Kenny Pickett. That's 5. Now they gonna be moving off somebody or a few people. They can't keep all 5 quarterbacks. So Deshaun they still owe him all that money. Joe Flacco, he'll win you a couple of games here and there. Kenny Pickett, we just, well, you know what it is with Kenny Pickett. You might as well start over with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. But right now, with the whole draft process going on, man, that went going on, he kind of made himself look bad. He think he was trying to be his pops, but you got to be your own man. You got to stand on your own 2 toes, on your own 10 toes, 2 feet, and like he tried taking that approach. That didn't work for him. That kind of backfired in his face. And people making prank phone calls, which we're gonna get on that in a minute. But I mean, all in all, it's time to put up a shut up. You got drafted, and now it's time to see if you're gonna put that work in.
And here's it. Although I agree QB slides happen all the time, I strongly believe Shedeur was punished. Is being punished of his father.
Yeah.
And sorry, here's the other one. And he will continue to be punished as long as he's in the NFL. See, my thing is a little bit different, because I'm not saying that didn't play a factor, because I most definitely do. Shedeur didn't have an agent. His dad was. Same thing for Shiloh.
Yep.
Shiloh actually signed with Drew Rosenhaus. I believe I'm saying his last name right. He actually signed with another agent because he's looking to be with Tampa Bay, and he didn't get drafted. With Shedeur, do I believe NFL maybe was looking to do something in terms of that first round? I definitely do. I think that he maybe rubbed teams the wrong way. I have no doubt that they maybe played a factor in it. I have no doubt that his talent was over-evaluated based off of what his dad was saying. I don't know anybody who was saying of value that he was a first-round draft pick. I don't know anybody that was saying he was second. I know we would say he was most likely the second or third best quarterback, depending on how it was. And maybe talking heads and media outlets did too. But in terms, as far as I've been listening to a lot and reading a lot. I don't know of anybody who was saying that he was going to go first round or second. Some were saying he was going to go third from the get-go.
Well, look, I mean, Mel Kiper had him going to us. I think a lot, like if you look at some of what a lot of people were saying, and I said this last week, I said the week before, I don't know why people will put or pitting him again with us as a quarterback that we was going to draft. Man, look, we just got Spencer Rattler. We did the measurements. Him and Spencer Rattler about the same height. You and Shedeur probably about the same height. I mean, yeah, if you look at the attendance of both of them, I think Spencer has a bigger arm than Shedeur. I think Spencer, now he got a year under his belt, I think Spencer will be a little bit better than Shedeur. So I don't see why everybody was putting him with us. One, especially in a weak quarterback class as this class was. That's one. And two, we don't know about who's gonna in college football. We don't know who's going to perform at the highest level next year or this coming up season in college football as well. So if we took him, then we taking the chance. That's gonna be, if we have a losing season, we're gonna still probably be a top 5 team, top 10 team to pick in the NFL draft for 2026. And we don't know what that quarterback class is looking like. So,
well, the biggest thing to me, a couple of things with teams. Teams can do whatever they want to. We know owners have their own, I guess biases and things like that. But when I look at certain teams that did not pick him, and I'm including the Pittsburgh Steelers because they still need a quarterback right now. But when I look at the Saints, us being fans, I promise you, if you talk to any Saints fan, yeah, they might say quarterback's the biggest need, but then they'll be like, well, our quarterbacks got killed last year because we didn't have any depth at the offensive line position. So our defense looked like they were bad, but it was really because the offense couldn't sit there and stay on the field long enough for the defense to get rest. Yeah. So we needed offensive line help more than anything. The thing that I want to say is I understand people had him projected, which is an assumption to go. I understand that Mel Kiper and other people got upset. But as far as I know, Mel Kiper ain't never been no NFL executive, and he's not in those rooms. And yes, there are biases, but I think the biggest thing is outside of his dad, who's coached him in high school, who's coached him at Jackson State, who also coached him at Colorado. Who was saying that he was this daunting player that was going to sit up here and change things? Nobody said that about anybody but Cam Ward. I don't remember anybody saying he was going to be first one when the season started. Yeah. I know people said he hold on to the ball too long. That's what all the other quarterbacks that got drafted late did. I know they said Cam Ward is athletic and this, that, the third, like Seattle Seahawks. They drafted Jalen Milroe. I read an article that said the Seattle Seahawks, who has the Saints offense coordinator from last year, plans on using Jalen Milroe the same way they did Taysom Hill, which is running the ball on certain downs and him being a running back / quarterback to be able to sit up there and change possessions and things like that of the game. Is there some biases? Is there some things that NFL ownerships are doing that they may be trying to improve some things? Yes, I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. I'm also saying teams have their own needs, and I also think that they didn't think that he was wildly that talented compared to others, so that's why he went to fifth along with other things. The dude that sat up there and did the prank call, you suck. That's all I say.
And that was Atlanta defensive coordinator's son?
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Hold on 1 second.
Bad work.
I look at word choice when people say we couldn't pick him because of distraction.
I agree. Just say that. Because man, look, if he had the talent and if he was like that, let's just say if he had Lamar Jackson
would take him regardless.
Huh?
They would take him regardless.
Like, because you want to win and he's going to be the future. Like, all that don't. And I agree with you. I agree with what you had said, G. Just say, like, just go out there and say, hey, the distractions that he has, the distractions that his pops have, like, we ain't drafting because of that. Don't be like, yeah, y'all ain't drafting because whatever. Because if he did have the talent, like, you know what comes with that talent. If he had the talent and all the celebrity, everything that come with it, hey, they will welcome that. They will welcome that.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna say go with you. At the end of the day, there's always wants to those who be drafted and humbled and begging to be picked, and he wasn't that vibe.
He wasn't giving that vibe.
He wasn't giving that vibe. I agree with that. I'm not mad for him being confident. I'm also agreeing with what both of y'all said.
Just saying, bro.
If I'm being honest, does he look like? And a lot of them don't look like they day one starters, so I'm not even saying that.
Nah.
But if I'm being honest with certain teams, not all, with certain teams, for Shedeur to walk into the Saints and possibly competing for the number one QB on the roster, he'll be walking to a situation just like Colorado. That don't benefit him
at all.
I don't know if he walking into a good situation if he was drafted by the Giants. That doesn't benefit him. We knew he wasn't going to the Eagles. He wasn't going to the Texans. He wasn't going to the Buffalo Bills. He wasn't going to the Chiefs. He wasn't going. I'm just naming
all the teams that have starting quarterback.
It's only a few that needed it. And if he go to certain ones, he walk into just as bad of a situation. I'm wishing for the best for him. I do not hate him, much like Rob says. I don't hate him. I am realistic when I say, hey, homie is accurate as they say, right? Which is a nice way of saying he ain't got all the intangibles. And if we can admit that, then we start off in the place where I believe we're being honest. To Quentin Ewers, who was in a tougher conference, didn't get drafted into the second round. And whether people want to believe him and Shador or the same, I guarantee you, if you go look at the numbers, they about the same.
Yeah, and played in a harder conference.
And played in a harder conference.
Played in a harder conference, man. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, it's time to put up a shutout because in the division where it get pretty cold, man. It's a cold world out there. It's a cold world.
I think he'll be fine with it. Well, we'll see.
Well, who in this division?
Well, he in the AFC North.
Exactly.
You talking about Cardinals? Yeah, the weather.
No. I'm talking about the teams. Gotcha. Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying, 2 out of them teams that we just mentioned,
you either the third or you the fourth. You ain't better than
Cincinnati, and you ain't better than Baltimore. You for sure ain't better than Baltimore.
You ain't better than Cincinnati. They get a defense. That's a 2-horse race.
Cincinnati, we gonna take a look at y'all draft, man. Y'all better have drafted some cornerbacks or your secondary or somebody. Yeah. Y'all did see they drafted defensive tackle. I don't know if it was from Michigan.
They got a bigger problem. They need to be sitting there taking care of Trey Henderson.
Oh, you know who else we got to give a shot? The Big Ten, man. Y'all done stepped up, boy. The Big Ten Conference. They a lot of people got.
That's conference, man. That's conference. What's good, Courageous Wolf?
What up?
One more thing. He's a player with real NIL money. That's new for them and the kid coming from work. Absolutely.
Yep.
It absolutely is, and you are absolutely right with that. And that's the part I will not negate. You are absolutely right with that. And does he have to come in on the humble tip? That's debatable, right? Because we don't know what he looked like in those interviews.
Yeah.
I can say this: there were reports that came out that said Homeboy was intentionally bombing them interviews. And you let me know if somebody want to come work for you and they say if you want somebody that's gonna change your business, you better hire me. How would you feel? That's how I looked at it. I don't know.
Yeah, and then just bombing interviews. Like you do all this stuff after the fact. Like you say all this stuff after the fact.
Ain't that what I said? No,
that's it. You everything you do after the fact. You don't go out announcing, if you want a franchise change quarterback. Your pops going to, I want to go to these certain teams, or I want to. You don't do none of that because again, I mentioned this before. The NFL don't need you, and he figured that out. I think he figured that out. He got humbled. The NFL don't need you. You need the NFL. You need whatever come with the NFL. You need them. They don't need you. So if all 32 teams like, we don't want to draft. We really don't need them. We already got we got plenty of quarterbacks that we could get. We got plenty of other players that we can get. We don't need you. And he go and draft it, and nobody don't want to pick him up. Then it is what it is.
But I don't want to sit up there and say it was just because of his attitude. I do believe his pops had a role to play, good and bad. Encourage your son. I'm with it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I do want to make sure I say this. The connections your dad had, who he is, the whole 9 yards. It's good and bad that comes with it. Now, again, I watch a lot of it and you do too. I'm being honest as I can, and I'm not trying to hold anything against him. Was he a top 5 best quarterback coming to the draft?
Top 5, yes.
Absolutely. Was he top 3? Absolutely.
Yep.
Did he go in that order? No, he did not. Were there quarterbacks better than him? Yes and no, depending on what the status quo is. Was Jalen Milroe better than him passing the ball? Nope. Was he more athletic than him? Yep. That's why he went to Seattle. Why? Because they believe in Sam Darnold. There are teams that had things, teams that didn't. He wasn't gonna go to the Raiders. The Raiders just got Geno Smith, and they actually like the kid that's behind him that played last year that beat us. Was it last year, the year before last that beat us?
Oh.
Aiden O'Connell, I believe his name. The back. He's a backup, but he wound up playing because they had injuries. There are a million reasons why, and there are some that everybody's talking about, and some that they're not. The truth of the matter is, he got this chance to prove that he is a team player to go in there and have that effect, whether it's good or bad. He has that chance to really put his imprint on this team. Do I believe he'll make the team? To me, for Cleveland, He should. Deshaun Watson, his days should be done.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is going to start the season. I don't know what Kenny Pickett is, but Kenny Pickett's a Super Bowl winning quarterback right now who won games last year.
Dylan Gabriel.
And Dylan Gabriel was picked before him. I think they'll have a full quarterback room. I think Shedeur Sanders will be a part of it. I hope he comes in, proves what he needs to during training camp, does what he needs to in the in the preseason, and hoping that he makes that roster. Cleveland can use him because Cleveland can use anybody right about now. Because outside of Myles Garrett, I couldn't tell you who's a part of that. Oh, and David Njoku, the tight end. I probably said his last name wrong. We shall see. I understand everybody want to say collusion. I'll say this. When it comes to collusion, this is what I'll say. If you know collusion is going on before you start something, how can you say it's collusion when it all comes down to it? Because at the end of the day, you knew it was going to happen before. So if you knew the NFL was, we'll say, this racist organization that everybody says, and then you came out doing this, how can you scream this collusion when you already knew it was beforehand? That's not playing the game right. As you said, as I've heard, that's hustling backwards, homie.
Yep. All right.
NBA playoffs.
All right, NBA playoffs, man. We are getting into it, man. I saw something today that said the first round of NBA playoffs has the most viewership in the past 25 years. And I ain't gonna lie to you, besides Oklahoma City Thunder and the Memphis Grizzlies, I think even though this playoff series low-key has been good, Boston, Orlando, that's turning out to be a good, even though Orlando down 3-1. But overall, these playoffs seem like everything has been challenged, more physical, more scrappy. Whatever you want to bring into it, whatever you want to say about these playoffs, it has been absolutely great. I can, even the Warriors and Houston Rockets, those games has been absolutely amazing. I just wish the series would be tied up, but hey, it's not. And I don't know what to say, man. Everything I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at the emergence of Cade Cunningham. I'm looking at Paolo Banchero. It does seem unfortunate that they may lose their series. I believe New York and Detroit plays tonight as well. New York is up 3-1. Cat has been playing absolutely, especially last game. He's been playing absolutely great. Jalen Brunson been the most clutch player in Knicks history. He's been balling. I don't know what to say, man. It's good. You know, anybody been impressing you about the playoffs?
I've been impressed with the person who I said benefited from a trade that happened in the offseason, which was Minnesota.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards has been everything that's proclaimed. I got to give him his flowers just because they're the current reigning champs. The Celtics, again, bro, it might be just me and you. They're going back to the finals. Cleveland Cavaliers, I think the Celtics. I'll talk about that in a minute.
All right.
I am thoroughly impressed by Anthony Edwards. I am also not shocked by the play of the Lakers and what's going on. They've been a big man down. We know that. We said that. I also said that we're not going to do anything this year. Looks like I'm going to be right. I also know that the Clippers and Nuggets is a great series, even though it looked like it shouldn't be, because the Clippers low-key could have swept this thing if they would have played it right. I also know that as much as I want to give Jalen Brunson his credit for being the most clutch player, if he loses one or both of these games, which he very well should have, with being a part of New York Knicks with a backcourt violation and a foul that should have definitely been called, New York does not look to be in this position. And anybody that's a New York Knicks fans, you can at me, you can say whatever you need to, but your team gets swept next round if they play the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers, because there's no way that they should be up 3-1, let alone not even tied right now, with their backcourt that took place and that foul that should have been called on an 86 or 85% free throw shooter this year, which means they would have won that game because it would have been under 2 seconds left.
Yep.
Indiana, shout out to y'all.
And just like we said earlier with Karen Ward, like a lot of people weren't giving him his flowers. Indiana's been balling this postseason. I can't give enough credit to Indiana. They have been balling. I haven't been talking about them a lot.
Absolutely.
They've been playing. They've been playing Milwaukee Bucks. I believe they're up 3-1. Score a tie in the fourth quarter right now. But Tyler Halliburton, balling. Pascal Siakam, balling. And
Ben Mathurin, balling.
Ben Mathurin has been balling. And the good thing about Indiana, one, they're young, and two, they play hard-nosed defense. They play hard-nosed defense. And I want to get back to what you had said about the Lakers, too. The Lakers is evident. I know people's getting on Nico for trading Luka to the Lakers, and I think everybody's seeing it right now. Minnesota is exposing the Lakers. The Minnesota is exposing Luka. Minnesota coaches out coaching JJ Redick. JJ Redick had all 5 stars. What?
Oh, I ain't go Nico had a point. Not gonna say he didn't. Exposure would be we didn't know they didn't have a big man and that big man is playing sorry.
Who?
Because the Lakers technically they don't have a big man. I know Jackson Hayes is considered a big man, but technically because we deferred the trade that we were gonna do, or it was deferred by the league, one of the two, right? For the dude coming from Charlotte. So technically we got Jackson Hayes and by himself being a big man. And if he don't get it going, I don't seem like he gonna play. Is JJ getting out coach?
Bro, if you playing all your starters off 24 minutes in the second half, and you don't got nobody, like it ain't nobody else on that bench. Gabe Vincent, you can't get you. Gabe Vincent can't come off the bench and give you at least 6 or 9.
What if he couldn't though?
What if he did?
I mean, so Jackson Hayes didn't get in the second half of the game because he only had, I think, 6 points in the first half.
Gabe Vincent couldn't give you 6 or 10 points.
I don't know.
Ain't something?
I don't know, but I told you for me, he going out on his sword in a sense. I'm gonna go with the best I got, and if it don't work, so be it. We getting out. To me, any Lakers fan that expected anything from this season once we got Luka, I need you to take some medicine because you're crazy in the head. Nothing was gonna happen this season. People talking about they going to the Western Conference Final. That was never going to happen. We don't have that good of a roster. We have good players. We don't have that good of a roster. We don't have a big man. We traded away our good big man. And for Dallas fans that are upset about getting Anthony Davis, here's a shocker to you. You weren't going to go back to the finals anyway, even if you had Luka. And I'm just telling you that because somebody was going to get hurt because that is the destiny of Dallas Mavericks.
Well, you can't say somebody's going to get hurt. We don't know if anybody's going to get hurt.
Luka was hurt before he got traded. That was one injury right there.
All right,
Kyrie still got hurt. And we don't, you're right. I'm saying we don't know, but Anthony Davis with the trade got hurt. Go big shocker. And I know he came back beforehand. Somebody was going to get hurt. I'm just predicting the future for y'all. I understand everybody want to root for the Dallas Mavericks. Hey, bro, y'all went, y'all came, y'all did not conquer last year. It wasn't going to happen this year. I'm letting you know that the best thing was for y'all to do was to let Luka leave. And I understand that Dallas Mavericks fans that may be disappointed, but I'm only telling you the truth.
All right. The Clippers and Nuggets play. Who you got winning that game? Series tied 2-2 right now. Who you have winning?
The whole series?
No, this game.
The Clippers at home?
No.
The Nuggets.
Okay. I have Clippers winning.
I want the Nuggets to win so we get to the elimination game and start proving my point to you.
What point?
You'll see if it get there.
James Harden.
Elimination game.
Man.
I just wanted to get to 7.
Anyway, I had the Clippers winning. I had Clippers winning this game.
I just wanted to get to 7.
We'll see what happens after that.
I just want to get to 7. Go to 7. Go to 7. Still a game. Clippers win this game. Still it. Whatever you need to do. Denver win the next game. I want this to go to 7. I want to go to 7 so we can sit up there and we get some stuff popping.
All right.
Also, shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. We kind of knew y'all were gonna win.
Oh man, we did.
No doubt about it. No doubt about the Celtics winning. No doubt about it.
They should win it.
They winning. They're winning. There's no doubt about the Celtics. None whatsoever.
I'm here for it, man. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't care about I don't care about the Orlando Magic trying to make it a fight. I admire y'all. I am rooting for y'all. You are not on paper or in real life right now comparable to them, and I don't care how many games you win. The Celtics gonna wrap this thing.
They wrapping it up tonight.
I'm not worried about that at all. The Celtics who we thought they are, the Cleveland Cavaliers are who they thought we are. I mean, we know who they were and we know what they are. And the OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder are who we thought and who we know they are. So, with that being said, the rest of it is interesting. I feel like LA's cooked.
Both of them.
Oh, I'm just talking about the Lakers about to get out this thing tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be LeBron. Yeah. You want to have some hard decisions making or something, buddy?
It ain't hard, buddy. Just
say can't
drift off into the sunset, baby. Drift off into the sunset. You had a great career. You have nothing else to prove.
You can do your podcast. All right, so we're about to get to our segments. And while he's pulling it up, the first segment that we have is Flag on the Play. And pretty much what Flag on the Play is when we see any players, coaches, male or female, do or say anything egregious, it's our job as sports enthusiasts to call these people out. So with no further ado, my flag on the play. Yeah, it's all good. My flag on the play goes to Tyler Hero. And I'm going to quote exactly what Tyler Hero has said. Y'all just got eliminated from the playoffs, too. He said, obviously, I know I need Jimmy to win right now.
Of course you do.
I feel like it'll be a completely different situation. We probably wouldn't be an A seed. Of course y'all wouldn't. Of course y'all wouldn't. Y'all know what Jimmy did for y'all. He took y'all to the promised land. He ain't get y'all what y'all needed, but he took y'all there. You got to take the experience, even though you didn't play and you was out. I'm diving off a loose ball is crazy work. But Tyler Hero, this is the time where leaders come out. This is the time where you're supposed to be like, hey, we lost. We tried our hardest.
I want to hear that.
We did what we were supposed to. Like I would like to hear something like that coming from an all-star player like yourself. That's something that like a little elementary kid would say. Hey, if we had him playing on our team, we'll win. Tyler Hero. Yeah, I don't know what you was doing. I don't know if you was smoking any weed. I don't know if you was high off life or whatever, bro. Statements like that should not be made. I don't even know if the main media caught that. Sir Tyler Hero, you getting flag on the play for that. Don't ever say nothing crazy like that again. You depend on the other man. Y'all still was gonna lose. Even if y'all did get them. I think y'all was gonna lose to Boston. Yeah, I think y'all was gonna lose to Cleveland. Flag on the play goes to you, sir.
Yeah, I completely disagree with you on that one. Hold on. You are bashing this man for telling the truth. Pat Riley the one that let Jimmy walk out the door. They probably wouldn't have been an AC if he was playing, because he was hurt.
Yeah, but guess what? He ain't playing
anymore. But again, I can't bash him for telling the truth. You and I both know they stand a better chance with Jimmy Butler on the team.
If somebody, let's just say LeBron came out and was like, man. Even LeBron, when he had lost without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, he never came out and said, man, I wish we had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love playing. When they lost against the Warriors, when they had Kevin Durant, man, if we had Kevin Durant, we wouldn't have lost. Nobody never say nothing crazy like that.
Well, LeBron and Tyler Hero are two different people.
They still play the same. They still play the same game.
But I'm saying we expect more from LeBron, and if you don't watch basketball, you probably don't know who Tyler Hero is. When it comes to that trade that happened, that I'm pretty sure nobody else wanted. All I'm saying is this: Tyler Hero not wrong for saying that. That might be a shot towards Pat Riley because if you ask anybody on their team, they would prefer to have Jimmy because they've seen it happen. Jimmy has taken them further when nobody thought it was possible. So I don't know. I can't get mad at him for that. That was his way of voicing his frustration. What is Pat Riley, the president / GM, made that call? He didn't consult nobody. But Pat Riley ego got the best of him. And you deserve a flag on the play, Pat Riley. Bounced out with 54, 55. Because you ain't got no talent on your dog.
Y'all deserve to be flag on the play for losing the way y'all did too. So I ain't gonna lie. It's a team game, bro.
And I just saw this. I didn't see this earlier. This is going back to Shador.
That type of language is always cold for me. A black kid that didn't interview well. Okay, sure.
I hear you.
Good points.
Dion did it, and he was his daddy, and I'm just if Dion didn't say certain things, then I wouldn't believe it. But
talent, I rule all of that. Talent, I rule all of
that. My flag on the play goes to a team that is no longer in the NBA playoffs, in the Memphis Grizzlies, and it really goes to Ja Morant. John Morant for saying that he had the OK City Thunder figured out. When did you have them figured out? When you hurt yourself? I guess when you made one of them spectacular dunks. Or was it when y'all got blew out by 51 points? Or was it 19? Like, when did you have them figured out? Certain things, I know you are on things that are dumb and shouldn't be said. Things like that shouldn't have been said. I will take Tyler Hero's quote over John Morant's quote any day of the week. How dare you say you had a team figured out that you never really had a chance of winning against, and you did not show that you had the potential to win against them at all. Yeah, you just fired your head coach. Not sure which direction the organization is going in. I honestly don't know what y'all are missing. Y'all have Jaren Jackson Jr., who I know you say is overrated, but he served his purpose before in the past. He at least can extend the floor. You got Zach Edey, who's a 7-footer. You have Desmond Bane, who's one of the best three-point shooters. Honestly, one of the players is not talked about enough unless you follow the game. And then you have you yourself, when you aren't throwing grenades and shooting guns in the air, you are one of the most exciting players in the league, and you got swept.
Albeit you was out, but still.
You weren't out that game, that 51-point blowout.
Yeah, I would speak the truth. Say the devil.
You don't have anything figured out. Sometimes it's just best to say, hey, we gonna do better tomorrow.
Yeah, I played. They had more players. They had better players. They just won the whole series.
But yeah, John Morant, you get the flag on the play, and it's not unfortunate that I'm saying it. Bro, just play basketball. Just play basketball. Everybody can't be Ant-Man. Everybody can't be Ant-Man.
Everybody can't be Ant-Man. All right. So the next segment that we have is when life comes at you fast. And pretty much when life comes at you fast is when you get on the plane or the helicopter with your parachute on and you're on cloud 9, cloud 10, cloud 13, cloud 15, and you jump off that plane, the helicopter with your parachute on, and it don't work. This is the sound that it makes. All right, so when life comes at you fast is a young NBA player that I enjoy watching. He plays for the Houston Rockets. Good player, good young player. I believe he's only 21 years old. He still have a lot of promise. But along with come with that promise, come everything else, man. Win, like I'm gonna keep saying the quote that Meek Mill has said: "Wins and losses come with being bosses." And this goes to Jalen Green. Jalen Green is one of my favorite young players I enjoy watching. Cade Cunningham is outperforming him right now, and they came in the same draft class. Jalen Green has had 3 single-digit points in the NBA playoffs. And I know this is his first season in NBA playoffs, but hey, it is what it is. You a pro. We'll give you all the praise when you're doing good, and we gotta give you some criticism when you're doing bad. He has scored, like I said, out of 4 playoff games, single digits in all 4 playoff games. Now, I will mention this. He did have a great 38-point game against the Golden State Warriors. He had a great 38-point game. Everything was going for him. He was playing defense. He was doing all the intangibles. He was doing everything they were supposed to. But I'm going to just mark out the games with the single-digit games. 7, 9, and 8 points. That's right. 7 points, 9 points, and 8 points in the playoffs. And I know he's young. I know he's a young player, but you better than that, man. Like, you better than that. Like, you can't get past Steph Curry, and Steph Curry ain't the best. He ain't the top defender of all time and nothing like that. You can't get past him. Like, he's starting to see, like, it's different between regular season and the playoffs. And, I mean, Houston, y'all had a good season, but I think right now, it might be a wrap for y'all, but Jalen, you gotta do better. And hopefully in this offseason, you do what you're supposed to, be in the gym like you always are, make those improvements, and get back to the player I know you can be. So that's when life comes at you fast.
Okay, all right. Before we get to the money shot, I want to make sure we go ahead and say we here at GNC Sports Talk love music. We love sharing it with you. We want to make sure we can get that in with you right now. If you can, in the comments, put an M next to the artist, album, song. We'll make sure we highlight that here in a few minutes. We got to do that before we start the segments. Just had to put it up there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have my money shot. My money shot is that game-saving highlight, that all moment, that thing that you just cannot forget that we have to make sure that we highlight. And the thing that I want to make sure we highlight will come right after. Nope. There we go. Will come right after this. The thing that I don't want you to forget, the thing that I want you to remember, that money shot, if you will, is simply this. Jimmy Butler found his joy back, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Butler, for all intents and purposes, is still hurt. Jimmy Butler, this last game, here are his numbers, Cary. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Butler, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Of course, he got personal fouls. That goes without saying. But Jimmy Butler, who's not the best three-point shooter, right? Jimmy Butler, who just happens to sit up there and rain on everybody like only he can. Jimmy Butler, who gets his team to the free throw line like no other. Jimmy Butler found his joy again. Thank you, Pat Riley, for sitting up there doing what needed to be happening, what needed to happen for the Warriors, giving us Jimmy Butler and giving us all these great plays. Thank you, Jimmy Butler, for finding your joy. And I, for one, am happy that you are with the Golden State Warriors. Impacting them as only that you can. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors. They just get it.
They just get it, man. They just get it. Hey, you ain't lying, man. Hey, I like it. I like it. He been balling. Pat Riley, I don't know what you was doing sending him to Golden State. I don't know what they received from that trade, but
not enough.
Yeah, but I mean,
not enough. Not enough. One more time, if you will. What are you listening to? This is where we want you to put your music picks in, whether it be artists. Well, we wanted to be an artist, but we want to album, a song, whatever it may be. We want you to put it in there: hip hop, rap, country, folk, reggae, dance, whatever it may be. Put it in the comments. We want to make sure we highlight that. We are getting ready to do that right now. If you will so kindly, you still got time to do that. First up, we have from Angelica, Teddy Swims, Lose Control, been heavy on my playlist.
Okay.
I think I heard of it.
I have not.
I think I have.
I haven't.
I'll Be Missing You by 112, Diddy, and Fake Evans.
Previously, Puff Daddy. Just saying. Puff Daddy.
Let us not forget that every day of his life until he dies, Puff Daddy got to pay somebody for that song.
He got to pay Sting for this song.
He got to pay Sting
for this song.
When is that still happening right now?
It probably is. He going to have to, man.
Well, I heard he a little broken behind the scenes. Right, man. Southside by Moby. I know I ain't heard that one. I'm going to have to listen to that one after this. Thank you, G, for that.
Ooh, I Need You Now by Corin Hawthorne. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay.
I think
Corin. Okay. Yeah, Corin. Yeah, Corin Hawthorne. Okay. All right. And we have Scrappy, Can't Get Me.
Oh, you went back. Or full. I don't know. Do he still make music? Is that the Scrappy I'm thinking about?
No, I don't think that's Scrappy you think. No, you still know. You think about saying Scrappy.
Okay.
But I don't think he's making anything now.
I'm just asking. I just want to know.
Yeah, that's throwback right there.
I'd be very interested. Oh, wait. Did my thing not go down far enough? It did not. Here we go.
All right, let's see.
Here we go. Okay, there it is.
Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves by Annie Lennox.
Had to listen to that one. I know I hadn't heard that one. 7 Days a Week by Lettucey and What's Good by Tony Braxton.
By Marilyn Queen.
I like it. I'm mad. I did not see that. It's like my thing didn't want to go down. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for all the picks. And make sure I ain't missing nothing right here. Y'all showing y'all age, and so are you. Little Scrap. See, I knew I wasn't tripping. Is he still making music though? Oh, that's new. What? He's still making music.
Oh man, bro, that's crazy. I ain't know.
What's up, Spencer? How is it going? Hey, Atlanta Falcons. I'm impressed by y'all.
I think y'all had a good draft pick. Not the way it's the way I drafted them, but y'all had a good. It don't matter. Yeah.
I'm impressed by the front office. I really am.
I like that song, Angelica. What
She talking
song?
about the other song.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, Mom, listen to Lil Scrappy. Okay.
He ain't Young Thug.
Nah, he ain't Young
He ain't
Thug.
Young Thug. All right, good sir. If you will.
All right, so I got my two music picks from the West Coast. The first one is AZ Chike. What? And we have Blue Bucks Clan, Flies to My Generation. Again, y'all go check out AZ Chike out the West Coast. What? And then we have Blue Bucks Clan, Flies to My Generation.
Is that like what times too?
Yeah,
that make me sound old, and I just wanted to make sure.
No.
Like he say, what?
Yeah, just what? I can't say the other word now, but what?
Such a thug.
What?
Jeez.
What?
All right,
what?
my two picks, and I don't think I did this first one. Freddie Gibbs, Nobody. It's actually an interlude on a new album, but Freddie Gibbs, Nobody. Right. And Wiz Khalifa, who I hadn't been listening to here in a long time, came out with a fire album. I think the best album right now thus far of the year. Wiz Khalifa, Take Your Time, Get Paid, featuring DJ Quick, legend in the game.
Legend.
Once again, Freddie Gibbs, Nobody, Wiz Khalifa, Take Your Time, Get Paid, featuring DJ Quick. Both good songs. We got a thug over here.
And shout out to Wiz Khalifa, Cushion Orange Juice too. I have to agree. My favorite album out the year so far. My favorite album.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll be slapping everything. My favorite song on one of my favorite songs on there is the one that we got with Currency, Taylor Jet. So you can't go wrong with that, bro. You can't go wrong with that.
Yes, T Nisi be sitting there. Young Thug is her best friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if she listens to music, but Young Thug is her best friend. Yeah, she evolving before our eyes. I don't know what's going on. Young Thug is her best friend though, so yeah, it shocked us too.
Yeah,
and then she is saying yo, so it's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane. Well, we are nearing the end of this here heralded show. I don't know where I got that from. We are nearing the end of this great show. That's a little bit better. We are nearing the end of this phenomenal show. There we go. And we just want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. Want to make sure we say thank you. We want to say like, subscribe, share. We want to say your boy is no longer experiencing sinus headaches anymore. And that is a shout out to myself. Thank you to our chiropractor. Without anything else left to say, it's only an hour. It's so much going on. The extra episodes are finally coming because I'm not getting sinus headaches no more. Do you have anything else you want to say? Because there's a lot of work to do behind the scenes.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all every single Tuesday that y'all come in, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, y'all like our posts. Hey, we appreciate it here at GC Sports Talk. Hey, we're going to keep going up. We're going to keep going up. We're going to keep going up. We ain't never coming down. So with that being said, thank you so much.
Everything he said, I guess, because we're going to keep going up like we high as a kite out on.
You hear me?
But yes, thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We are excited for the things that are getting ready to come like here really, really soon. Yeah, we're excited about what's getting ready to come. The extra episodes are coming. Figured out a new way to do something too. So yeah, just excited about that. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for joining us here on this Tuesday. And we hope that we're better than some of the people that y'all see on TV. If so, tell us. We don't mind hearing the compliments. Okay. Without anything else to say, though, thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This here is GNC Sports Talk, where we do it
for the culture.
By the culture.
Because we are the culture, you dig?
#1 sports podcast. Why?
Because our mama said so.
Because our mama said so. Thank y'all. Love y'all. We will see y'all really, really soon.